Hello and welcome to the third installment of What's New in Wire 1.7. This time I want to show some of the new possibilities in the XY plotter. I've added some recorded GPS tracks. At first you just see a lot of red dots, partially building lines. Now let's enable the time dependency, so we always only see the points of the current time. For the group ID we select the date. For the start time we select the seconds after midnight, and we say that the points should be interpolated between 2 points. So, if we now go to say about 4 o'clock and let the time run, we can see some of the points moving around. Now, in Wire 1.7 we have lots of new symbols available. But let's keep it simple at the moment and use this arrow up symbol. Again, if we let the time run, we see the symbols move around. In Wire 1.7 we have a new option, rotation. With this we can specify how much a symbol should be rotated. For example, I could turn them all to the left. Or we can say that they should rotate into the direction of the next point. If we let the time run now, we see that they rotate automatically. This looks now remarkably similar to a vehicle layer, but it is just based on XY data. Let's disable the time-dependent display for a moment. In my data source I have an attribute bearing. Let's use that for the rotation. If you zoom in to this static display, you can now easily spot in which direction the points would go. This would also allow to visualize flow directions or force fields. But let's enable the time-dependent display again. In Wire 1.7 there is a new button available in the XY plotter, the timeline analysis. When clicking on it, you get a new window allowing you to plot any of the data points attributes over the time. It automatically chose alt, the altitude, and we see the altitude distribution over the time of day. Depending on your attributes you have available, you can also choose other attributes to detect interesting patterns, as you can see. For example, plotting the bearing attribute reveals that in the early morning hours the most common bearing was around 180 degrees, or southwards, while in the afternoon the bearing stays more around 0, which means that most of the points face northwards. In this example, the directions of a commuter's travel. I've mentioned already before that Wire 1.7 brings many new symbols, but even so, I'm sure we did not yet cover everybody needs. Then, what about using your own symbol? This is possible in Wire 1.7. Go to the Tools menu and select Custom Symbols. Click on the plus to create a new symbol and give it some name. Then either click on Change Symbol or just drag and drop an image file to the symbol area. That's it already. Now we can use the symbol in the XY plotter. Let's open the Settings dialog and select our new symbol. Let's make it a bit bigger, and there it is. We are thrilled to see what symbols you load and what data you visualize with this greatly improved XY plotter. If you have a cool visualization you want to share, feel free to contact us. Along with the XY plotter, the aggregator is also often used for analyzing spatial and temporal datasets. So let's just hide the XY data points for now and add an aggregator layer. Let's make the zones a bit smaller. And there we already have a very simple heat map. We could now further customize the aggregation. For example, instead of taking just the number of points per zone, we could take the average speed of the points. Naturally, speed must be an attribute of your dataset. Zooming out a bit, we clearly see the differences in the speed. By default, Wire uses square zones for the aggregation. In older versions of Wire, hexagonal zones could be used as well. Now, in Wire 1.7, we've added a new triangular grid for you to choose from, allowing for very interesting visualization options. We hope you liked the new functionality in Wire 1.7. Have a good time, bye bye!